right, so here's the deal. Yesterday, in the afternoon, obviously, I was able to watch the Gennady Golovkin-Cal Brook fight. And then my brother had invited me. He's like, hey, let's go to the bar. Let's go watch the UFC. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. You know, let's go hang out. Let's go watch the UFC at the bar, right? I set in my DVR, I set the Roman Gonzalez, Carlos Cuadras fight to record. And I'm like, I'll watch this tomorrow. Let's go have some fun, bro. All right, so we go to the bar, show up, pay my $5, enter, right? First of all, the place is empty, right? The place is empty. There's probably 20 people there, right? And no viejas. Okay, no. It's just them. It's just sad. It's a sad sight to see, right? So I show up and I'm just like, all right, let's go to the bar, whatever. Let's hey, let's enjoy our UFC experience. Okay, first of all, the UFC pay-per-view was trash, right? That's my opinion. It wasn't that entertaining. But, hey, I noticed all the big screen TVs, they all had the UFC event, right? But all the little TVs, all the small TVs, I'm talking, like 32-inch TVs. I'm not talking real small or nothing like that, but they were small in a big room like that, right? Roman Gonzalez versus Carlos Cuadras, HBO Boxing. And I'm thinking to myself, this is what I'm talking about, right? Some boxing. All right. No sound, of course. The sound's from the UFC. Okay, that's what they're playing. Joe Rogan calling everybody a beast and a monster and he's an animal, and you know how it goes. Here we go. I just kept hearing that shit all night. But here's the thing. No sound for Roman Gonzalez, Carlos Cuadras, and I'm watching it. It's what I'm primarily watching, but it's like anything. The round ends, and then kind of see what the unofficial scorecard is or glance at it, and then I start paying attention to what's going on in the UFC. And then I before I know it, I already missed the first 20, 30 seconds of the round, right? The few people that are there go, oh, because something happens, and I look over, and it's really nothing, but they're going, oh, but you look over, you can't help but look, And so it looking back and forth, and it's the way it is, right? So I was not in a position to score any fight or nothing like that. But I saw enough to know that there was a damn good fight. I saw enough to know that it's a fight I was looking forward to watching at home. I noticed the unofficial scorecard. From that glance, I felt like the fight was closer, but I'm like, you know what? I don't know. Maybe I got to really look at it when I get home, and we'll watch it in the morning. It's all good. So that's what I did. And by the way, the UFC, just underwhelmed. Just underwhelming, but it is what it is, right? Boxing is king. Right? It just is. But, nothing against the UFC. Right? I've watched plenty of great UFC events, but this was not one of them, in my opinion. All right? With that said, in the morning, I watched Roman Gonzalez versus Carlos Cuadras fight. Chocolatito versus El Príncipe. So I decided I'm going to watch this fight. First of all, what a fight. That's number one. Great fight. Two world-class fighters, no doubt. I enjoyed the fight. Now keep in mind, I did watch some post-fight thoughts about this fight, right? I saw the consensus was, what a great fight, and really not much talk about the decision. That's so curiosity hits you sometimes, right? Because I wanted to know if the fight was really that lopsided. Like I really wanted to know that, because it didn't feel that way from. I'd say I watched about 60 to 70% of the fight. You know what I mean? It didn't feel that way. So I'm like, but I didn't watch the whole thing. Let me watch some post-fight reactions. I didn't get the sense that there was a robbery or anything like that. I didn't get that sense whatsoever. But there's a but. So I watched the fight, and I come out thinking to myself, Cuadras won this fight. Carlos Cuadras, like I feel like he won the fight. It was an exciting fight, and what happens a lot of times when a fight's exciting, guys put the scorecard down. They don't score the fight. I feel like Carlos Cuadras won this fight. Am I crazy for thinking that? I think he hits it out. I'm not going to use robbery. I'm not going to say robbery. But after I watched the fight this morning, I feel like, yes, the fight was competitive. Yes, the fight was close. But I feel like the HBO commentary was biased. I just do. All right? Do I think they were purposely being biased? I don't know. Right? But I just feel like the commentary, right, was way too swayed to the favor of Roman Gonzalez. Right? Who is a good fighter. I don't have anything negative to say about Roman Gonzalez as a person or even as a fighter, okay? He's not perfect. He has his flaws. I can, you know what I mean? But that's not what this video is about. We're not breaking down a fighter here. We're just talking about a fight that happened and who I think won the fight, okay? I think Cuadras won, right? That's what I think. That's what I think. I think the Mexican fighter won the fight, man. That's as simple as that. And at the very least, there should be a rematch here. Okay, I want to see a rematch. I really do. Right? Let's get the rematch on. Let's do it. I want to see a rematch. Right? Well, that's it. I'm out.